This is Ethel and Ernest. So it's based on the graphic novel of the same name by Raymond Briggs. So he of The Snowman and Fungus the Bogeyman, When the Wind Blows fame. And originally this was a picture book about his parents, came out in the late 90s, and about their relationship, so the origins of their relationship, how they got through the Second World War and his young life with them growing up in 50s and 60s suburban London. Now it's been made into an animated feature by a brilliant director called Roger Mainwood, who worked on The Snowman originally way back in 1982. It's an extremely faithful adaptation in both the story and the style, the animation style. I suppose the main difference between the book and the film is that there is a prologue in the movie that features a brief interview with Raymond Briggs in his studio at home. It's brilliant because he's making a cup of tea in his snowman mug. That's how the film opens. And he's talking a little bit about why he wrote the story. Then we go into the animation. Then we go into the story itself. Brenda Blethyn and Jim Broadbent voice the title characters. I got to confess that Raymond Briggs stories are almost, they're my weak spot, really. They're like my Achilles heel, because I can sit fairly stony faced through something like I, Daniel Blake, but the moment it's Raymond Briggs, then I will at some point just break down like an X Factor reject. It just gets to me. The Snowman and When the Wind Blows, and you know, there's something about their modesty, their simplicity and their honesty, and it's all on show in Ethel and Ernest. It's such a simple story that's just so lacking in cynicism and in showiness, and so full of good intentions and joy and plucky spirit, and so at odds with everything else that seems to be going on with the world and current attitudes. It was just a real pleasure to spend time with it, but it does break your heart with that niceness. That's not to say it doesn't pack a punch. And if you've read When the Wind Blows, for example, I mean, that really packs an absolute punch. And there's a lot in the background of Ethel and Ernest about the class system and about the haves and the have-nots and the horrors of the Second World War and the frustrations of growing old. But it's so carefully done, it's so poignantly done and sparingly done, that I think actually that makes those tough moments have even more impact. I just loved it. Absolutely loved it, because it's just so sweet and kind and good-natured.